Hello everyone. 7 years have passed since my college days. And in this English lesson, I will be sharing with you my routine on a typical Monday as a college sophomore in the US. By typical, I mean there were no exams or no papers due on that day or the following day. Before getting into my routine, I should give you some background info. Unlike some of my classmates who were fortunate enough to have their parents fund their education, I had to rely on financial aid, scholarships, and my own earnings to pay for my $42,000 a year tuition. Despite receiving financial aid and scholarships totaling over $20,000, I was still responsible for $22,000 annually. I was working 20 to 22 hours a week between two jobs, earning between $11,000 to $12,000 a year, barely enough to cover half of the $22,000. I also had to account for other expenses, such as books, school supplies, food, clothing, and more. So taking out a significant amount of loan every year was unavoidable. With the cost of living in the school's dorm or renting an apartment was more than $1,000 a month, I opted to live at home with my parents. In addition, I had to rely on public transportation to get to school even though it was challenging during the winter months. Additionally, to avoid spending money on takeout meals, I brought my own lunches and snacks to school. Now, let's take a look at my daily routine. My Monday morning routine involved attending 3 classes scheduled from 8 a.m. to 11:35 a.m. Some people might think I was nuts for taking so many morning classes, but I couldn't stand afternoon lectures, during which I often struggled to keep my eyes open. To make it to my 8 a.m. class on time, I had to wake up at 4:45 or earlier. Upon waking up, I scanned my inbox for any important emails and checked the weather to decide on what to wear, given the unpredictable weather conditions in Boston. Next, I freshened up in the bathroom and quickly brushed my teeth before starting a 10 to 15-minute yoga or stretching session. At 5:30, I'd sit down for a breakfast of either cereal, oatmeal, or toast with butter. Back then, convenience was key when it came to breakfast. However, my current self wouldn't tolerate these breakfast options now. I would also have a cup of coffee while catching up on the latest news on my smartphone. After breakfast, at around 6 o'clock, I would begin packing lunch for the day. I usually went for simple options like sandwiches or wraps that could be consumed at room temperature. Fillings such as egg salad, roast beef, and deli turkey were all enjoyable. Then a bottle of chocolate milk to complete the meal. I'd also pack a granola bar and some fruits for snacks. At around 6:20, I brushed my teeth again, then brushed my hair, and occasionally tied it up. To make my bed, I only needed to straighten out the duvet and 2 pillows, which took a minute max. Then I would get dressed. If it was winter, I would wear several layers to brave the cold while commuting. Once dressed, I packed my backpack and set off for the day. At around 6:40, I started walking to the main road to catch a bus that would take me to a train station. I had to change trains once before finally reaching the college campus. During my commute, I often listened to audiobooks to make good use of the time and sometimes even dozed off. If there weren't any transportation delays, I'd make it to campus at around 7:50, with ample time to walk to my first class. The second and third classes then followed. Once the third class wrapped up at 11:35, I would head to the library to work on homework assignments or research papers while eating lunch. Sometimes, I'd take a brief break by watching a couple of music videos. Then at 1:45, I would pack my things up and make my way to my work-study job near the school. Work-study is a federal program to help provide jobs for students with financial needs. I worked at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts Library from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Mondays. Since the library was close to a Whole Foods, I would often stop there to pick up some fruits and anything interesting that was on sale after work. I remember buying a pound of sweet and juicy strawberries for $3, which was a good deal. Then I would head to the train station to catch a train home. Upon returning home, I would feel relieved after a long day. At 6, my stomach would growl, so I heated up some delicious Vietnamese food prepared by my mom and ate dinner by myself. My family rarely ate together due to everyone's schedule being different. And as always, I'd have a serving of dessert made by myself or someone else. Tiramisu, strawberry shortcake, flan and lava cake were among my favorite things to make. After dinner, I'd wash the dishes, clean the kitchen for my mom and spend some time watching HGTV or ID. HGTV is a home improvement channel, and ID airs shows about crime and murder investigations. Around 8 o'clock, I would take a shower, then make my way to my room to fold the laundry that I had washed the day before. As long as I didn't have any upcoming tests or papers to work on, I would spend my free time at my desk, browsing the internet, or stay out in the living room to chat with my mom when she got home from work. I wasn't the type to go out or attend parties, as I preferred to avoid unnecessary expenses and social gatherings. As an introvert, I really enjoyed staying home. Around 9:30 to 9:45, I would turn out the lights, say my prayers, then read Kindle until I became too sleepy to continue. And that was my routine as a financially challenged college student. I hope you enjoyed hearing about it, and I'll see you in the next video.